What's up, guys? It's Scion. We're back, and alright, so this is going to be my final impressions on Fairy Tail Hero's Journey. Alright, so this game, like I've been telling people for the longest time, is exactly what I thought it was going to be. It is a straight up clone. It's a straight up clone. Now, it's doing a lot of things good, it's doing a lot of things bad, and we're going to break that down. The number one thing that is doing bad right now is it's an official game, and it has no actual, like, spoken language in it at all. When you go and fight things, let's go in right here, because we got to talk about this, and it's not acceptable at all. I'm not letting you get away with that game, Samba. Like, what the hell? Your official title, that shouldn't be happening. Alright. So there is no fight sound right now. Like, Leo is just like, where the sound? Great as his, where the sound? Like, there's no like recognition of sound whatsoever. Even other clones have done this in the past. Like, you know, you have people coming in, like, I think One Piece, even One Piece actually, not the first one, not the second One Piece, the first One Piece, Anime Pirates, they had the actual sounds for the characters. Like, look, all this is happening, you don't hear anything, you don't get any type of sound from it. Like, that can't happen. That can't happen at all. That needs to be addressed, like, immediately, because that takes away immersion into the game. It's like, this is when this stuff like this happens, what ends up happening is you just cut this on and then you go do something else while this is in the background, like, fighting. Like, that's not immersion at all, so that needs to be fixed. Alright, this guy is dodging everything now. Alright, do I actually have to use the hit skill? Alright, Leo just... Nope. I thought Leo was going to kill him. He's just going to dodge everything. I'm going to have to use the hit skill. I don't think Leo is actually going to attack. But the second thing, I don't think he's going to attack again, rather. Alright. You gonna attack again, Leo? Do it for me. Do it for YouTube. Do it for Omoy. Because that's a thing. Alright, we need Leo to come out there and just get rid of the last bit of his health. And you know, see, this right here is another thing of clone. If you guys remember, finally got that. If you guys remember, there was a point in Anime Pirates, there was a point in Anime Ninja where you fought that particular mob, the same level, the same area. If you guys remember, let me know in the comment section where you fought that dodge mob, and then you would lose because of that dodge mob. And you'd be like, what the? And that's when you're supposed to put on the main character skill that increases hit, to hit him. My hit isn't all that great because I haven't been working on the gems, because this is like CBT, and I'm like, don't care. Anyway, so that's one thing. Now, the next thing is, where is it going to be pay to win? People are already triggered because it has a VIP system. And like I was telling chat yesterday, you can't judge any of that just yet because it's determined on how readily available and how much worth our money is per the gold system. They can do whatever they want in the VIP system. But if you guys remember, Pocky Ninja had the VIP system, and it didn't really matter when it came to end the game because prices were within range. Characters were no more than... I remember back when those characters was like 25, 30, 40, 50,000. I was like, bro, this is a lot of money for a character. What the... Like, now stuff is like 2,000. And I'm like... like, how did we get to this point? So, it just determines on how much our gold is worth in this game. It could be, if our gold is like ridiculous and stuff is like ridiculous prices, then yeah, that might be a thing. However, when I look at these prices right here, this is not ridiculous. It's not really ridiculous at all. And I don't think people like this is people who are like play these games, but I don't think they really understand the industry behind it. So like, you have people making comments that are pretty much uneducated comments at this point. You have to know how this stuff works. And then all it breaks down and boils down to is how much our money is worth in this game. That's where it all lies. And I'll give you, for example, in Naruto Online, our money is not worth a lot. It's just not. You think about how much you top up and how far it gets you. It doesn't. It's your money is not worth a lot. You can't straight up just get a character for $20 or $30 majority of the time. You're gonna have to do 10 times that amount, and that's because our dollar is not worth a lot in Naruto Online. It's actually worth more in China than it is in North America at this point in time. Like, hopefully they'll do better with that in the future, but for right now, it's just not worth a lot. All right, so another thing that you want to actually pay attention to is how many things that you get free. Now, I don't see a lot of freebies right now. It's the normal stuff that you would get in these types of games, like when you go through like getting like, I'll show you, like getting this stuff up and you get like claims right here. And for right now, I don't see a lot of there's usually normally a system. That's why I wanted to play a little bit and see if that system popped up. Maybe it'll pop up a level 50. I don't know. You can't get to 50 anyway, but it's usually a system where if you do certain things, you get achievements, and that gives you more gold, that gives you, like silver and stuff like that. That's not in the game right now. I don't see anything like that, so that's a little bit of a problem, because that makes this pushed a little bit more towards pay to win, because you have to fight a little bit harder for silver. And silver isn't that hard if you spend your gold on silver, but if you don't spend your gold on silver, free to play might have a little bit of problem with that, because you're going to silver starve, and you're going to silver starve early. You start to silver starve actually like around level 37. That's the earliest in this game in any type of game like this I've ever seen characters silver starve. It may just be that they just don't have things in the game yet. It may just be that they're still trying to balance things, but to silver starve. And what I mean by silver starving is this: when you start trying to max all your gear and all your characters and everything else like that, how much does it drain your character? Like, and we're not even going to talk about like the pets and the mounts, because that's just something different. That's something totally different. If you notice, I'm not even really addressing all the systems, because these are the same damn systems from all the rest of the games. Like, there's no point for me to review that, because I would just be reviewing the same stuff over again. It's all the same systems over again. This pet system right here, same thing from Anime Ninja, the same thing from Bleach Online. The mount system, this is just a Zanpakuto from Bleach Online. You remember putting all that silver and everything else, those coupons up into your Zanpakuto? Same shit. Guild stuff, Guild is a little bit better in this. I'll give them props on that. The Guild system is better in this, and it unlocks more stuff faster than Bleach and Naruto and all the rest of that stuff. So this is an upgrade over that. Oh, somebody wants to join. I just accept everybody. It's like whatever. All right, so this is another thing I want to actually go and talk about. What they did in this game is they put in the soul system as far as getting characters. You have this, which you can pretty much earn the characters out eventually over here, which is cool. Very cool. But you also have the draw system. Like, this is the first time in a game where they did both. Because if you remember back in Bleach, you didn't have a draw system. You just had the soul system, and then everything else was basically earn and have to buy it straight out. This is pretty cool to have both. It is also money, money. Like, you got to have the gacha up in here, but pretty cool to have both. So I no props on them for actually doing that. Just definitely props. All right, so you also have free gifts that they've been giving us. You have your CBT, and the last thing that I actually want to actually talk about is overall you have, if you look right here, this is the most unique thing actually in the game. There's other stuff I'm sure that will come along later, like, and they even have PvP that's like from Naruto Online that was not in other games like Anime Ninja and Pocky Pirates or the rest of the stuff. Like, it's pretty much the same PvP that was from Naruto Online. So they took that and put that into this type of format, because that wasn't in this format before. This particular game and this style right here is not the same as Naruto Online. This is basically based off of the Anime Ninja. The Bleach Online, it's the same archetype. Naruto Online was standalone because Naruto Online was based off of a different type of engine. It's the same script, overall, but it was a different engine. This was based off of all the rest of the stuff, but it's cool that they actually took the PvP from Naruto Online and actually put it in here because it was not part of this archetype. And this is definitely not part of the archetype. This is the most unique thing, and I wish Naruto Online had something like this for the main characters because that would be even more awesome for the main characters, but whatever. And basically, the way this works is that you can be two different types, and you can be different archetypes within those two different types. You can have your defense type, which pretty much is a defense as far as shielding and buffing or debuffing, and you can go to attack type, which is pretty much raw damage and critical, or you can just straight up be damage over the time. This is different because this actually allows you to do builds in games like this before, and we can never do that. So it's kind of cool because every time a game like this comes out, it just adds something to the pot, and then the next game after is even better overall because this is clearly a clear upgrade over Anime Ninja and all the rest of those games. It's the same thing and just a different IP, but having this system in it is actually an overall upgrade over, and we still haven't seen everything else in the game. And you know it's going to have every other system from all the rest of his games, but just the simple fact that it has this on top of everything else, plus the PvP from Naruto Online gives them a little bit of a heads up. That's props. Like it's fun overall. So we'll see how this goes. I am a little bit disappointed that over the whole sound thing, I'm a little bit stricter for that. I wanted to be a little bit more lenient, but I can't be lenient when it comes to the sound. You gotta have the sound in that, and then you gotta have more of the actual overall fairy tale music and have it rotate or something like that. It becomes very repetitive, and then it just takes away from everything. You just end up cutting the sound off altogether. But like I said, this skill system, like this is, I gotta do a separate video for this and look at all the main characters and their skill types because this really changes a lot. When it comes to this, like even if you have this a main character, it can be different type of main character based off of what you choose in these individual things right here. Like that becomes pretty interesting and gives the game a little bit more depth where it actually needs more depth. So when you think about what makes this game different from everything else as a clone, it's this, and that is it. And I've said that in the video in the past, and people kind of didn't pay attention. I said that this was going to be what makes this game different from all the rest of the games, and pay close attention to it because it's pretty awesome to actually have this in this game. This is like pretty much having like builds from maybe Final Fantasy 14 or Blade and Soul on Black Desert in a game like this, and that's pretty much not something that we had before. So my overall opinion in this game is, like I told you guys, I knew it was going to be a clone from the start, so I was never disappointed when it came out. I knew this was just going to be a step above Bleach Online and Anime Ninja. That's what I was expecting coming in. I don't know why anybody expected this to be like a Naruto Online clone. It was never supposed to be that. It was never going to be that. It was never going to have a combo system. I knew that already because I could already look at it and see what the archetype was. That's why I said people kind of make assumptions but don't kind of understand the industry, don't understand what made the game or what this game is made of. Once you understand what the actual game is made of and what the engine is, you would have known for the start that this would never have a combo system because that was never a part of the engine. They could probably do that, but that would probably take them a little bit of money and their resources, and I don't think a company's going to do that. If they were going to do that, they would have just took the same archetype from Naruto Online, and then it would have been a clone that actually looked like that. If you look at Infinity Ninja, the game that I covered before, that is the exact same archetype as Naruto Online. So you knew the combo system was going to be a part of that because it's a part of the engine already, if you guys understand that. So in the future, when you see games like this, if a game actually has the same engine look and it has the same assets as a Naruto or something like that, you're going to visually see it. It's going to work. It's going to attack. It's going to have the animations. It's going to have the same system. Then you know, okay, they're going to have combos and stuff like that. That's how you pretty much tell. And if a game looks in this particular manner where you have the character standing in the background with the 2 to 3 frames and stuff like that, you just know this would never have a combo system because there's not enough frames to handle the combo input. There needs to be a certain amount of frames. If you notice, Naruto Online really has about 5 to 7 animation frames to handle the animation between combos. This game doesn't have that. The frames between attacks is like very limited. I'll give you an example before I wrap this up again. Let's go to the Rampage leader. All right. Who am I attacking here? Am I attacking? Yeah, I'm attacking you. Let's do that. All right. So see, this is about between 2 to 3 frames. If you look at the characters, it's like 1, 2 down, and then the attacks are 1 to 2 frames, like 1, 2 down. See, you notice Elfman right there? He's up 1, 2, up 1, 2. See that? See the main characters? This is not enough animation data to have combos. And then when you run out like that, that's just the format of the engine. It just will never happen like that. So that's how I knew from the start that it wasn't going to have it. Unless they did some miracle shit and started adding frames, you can kind of just tell. When they had their little teaser, anybody who programs automatically knows, okay, this is that type of game. That's just to let you guys know in the future, so you don't get your feelings hurt anymore, or anybody doesn't expect something out of something like that and then get, whatever else. So hopefully that helps guys in the future to kind of understand what these games are about. All right, so that's about it. This is my opinion on the game. I think at least one, and I think I have 2 more videos that are going to come for this, but it's not going to be reviews like this. It's basically just going to be, I'm going to be focusing on certain things, and we're going to take it from there. So other than that, you guys be legendary.